Good morning, good evening, Nancy. Good morning,
Hello.
Buddy and Rita Trinidad. So, good morning to everybody watching on the live stream and most especially watching on the replay. We're talking to the pastry, OG, kumbaga, say, and a love story of Buddy and Rita Trinidad, diba?
To
Of,
the sugar sweet couple
yes.
of the years. Of the years.
I've known them with Park Avenue Desserts, no, the iconic Park Avenue Desserts. But I guess we really wanted to know paano ba nagsimula to and what's the story behind it. And the love story, of course. So please continue to watch this. My name is Antonius, founder of Our Awesome
Wait,
Planet.
wait, wait.
Yes.
And the secret life of Buddy Trinidad.
Wait,
Yon!
yeah,
Kailan
no
natin wala.
secret life.
And together with Nancy Reyes Lumen of the Adobo Queen. Welcome to Awesome Live with Buddy and Rita Trinidad. Can you do a short All
Okay.
right.
Before
So,
anything else, let me just be the one to do the intro. Okay? Because
okay.
there's so much to say and it's not enough really. But Buddy muna, Buddy Trinidad, he's anak yan ng anak yan ng Pasay. Talagang laking Pasay yan. And he was when he was 15 years working in the US. Michael's with Roy Yamaguchi, I know him, and he became a Hollywood chef, pastry chef. So I think that's his first Hollywoodness came about. And he was doing the Oscar awards, a lot of annual Oscar awards pastries, and then he went into Hard Rock and the casino in Las Vegas. Still, that's very showbiz. And then when he came back here to do a Michaels, what was that?
Stars.
Sorry, Stars.
Jeremiah,
Um,
yeah, with Jeremiah.
the Philippines, Pasay embraced him back. The son of Pasay came back. And with that, to make a long story short, he was one of the leaders of the Philippine team in many of the world competitions. Take note, people, world competitions, where another take note, they would garner golds. So it was really they were mining golds from all the talents of the Philippine team that they developed, that they pre-selected. So with that, he also formed the Pastry Alliance, and so on and so forth about everything sweet about Buddy. You know, he's a real Buddy. Buddy is a well-loved chef among other chefs and foodies,
Yes.
and he's got no airs. He just looks like Elvis Presley. That's why.
Wait, skinny Elvis or fat Elvis?
The mellow, nice Elvis. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Okay.
paano ba nag-start yan? Before you answer, we'll say hi to Chef Jackie Ang po. Thank you for watching.
Yan
John
na.
Yeah.
Marami na yan. Marami
Miranda.
na
It's
yan.
John. It's Jonathan. Hi, John.
All right. So, paano ba nag-start yan?
Well, the pastry part or me and Rita part.
Great. All.
Pastry muna.
Crazy naman lahat
Ah.
Okay, well, Rita was my date at my junior senior prom in 1980. So that tells you now how old I am.
Wala
I
nang
believe.
dates.
Oh, sige, wala nang dates. So and then so we were together, and then we bumped into each other again while I was living in the U.S. while I was working, and we've been together since. In fact, today is December 2nd. Our 33rd anniversary was 2 days ago. 3 days ago. Yeah. So we've been together 33 years, 3 kids, and yun, still going strong. Now the culinary part. I went to culinary school in Los Angeles in 1985. Now, at that time, there were no culinary schools. The only culinary school in California was CCA in San Francisco. But since I lived with my mom in Southern California, there were no schools there. The only schools there were theory in UCLA. There was a theory. There were theory classes. Um, until I found one school. It was a trade school. It was not a culinary school. It was called LA Trade Tech, that had professional chef training and it had professional baking 2-year course. So that's what I took. I took the professional baking course in a trade school. Now, of course, my mom was very happy because if I had gone to CCA, at the time the tuition was $10,000 for 1 year. Okay, but in LA Trade Tech, the tuition was $50 a semester. So my mom was very happy about that. So that's where I started, and then but the real place that I learned so much, the foundation of discipline and my initial training was at Michael's restaurant. At that time, Michael's was consistently top 50 of the U.S. No, it was started in 1979 and everything, and I really learned a lot there. And then through the years, I worked at different places until I ended up at Morton's, which is where I got to host. I got to work with Vanity Fair to do all the Oscar parties, and then we did a lot of heads of state and presidents and this and that and Grammys and those nights were really a lot of fun. And then we moved to Seattle in the late 90s, mid to late 90s. And then I got a call from a friend of mine who I'd worked with at 3 different restaurants in LA. And he was at that time was the chef de cuisine at Stars in San Francisco. And he said he needed a pastry chef. So he said, can you come down here? And I said, I just left California. And he said that they were opening a Stars in Seattle, and that if I went to San Francisco, learn how Jeremiah Tower worked and everything, all the desserts, and then a year later I would go back. He would send me back to Seattle and be the pastry chef in Seattle. Long story short, a lot of things happened, and they wanted to open a restaurant in Manila. And I remember the GM at the time coming up to me and said, "You, buddy, you speak that thing, right? And over in the Philippines." I said, "You mean Tagalog?" "Yeah, Tagalog." So I said, "Yeah, I do." And he goes, "Okay, so we're sending you to Manila." So I said, "Great." So they sent me and my whole family back home in Christmas of '98.
Okay, wait, before
Stars.
that. Now that you were back in Pasay, I want to ask, is there such a thing as laking Pasay ka? Is there such a thing as a Pasay cuisine? Like, Paranaque would have tapa, Pasay, ano ba?
Wala.
Ay, cannot be.
Nothing.
Wala talaga?
I grew up in Pasay eating the street food. There was a restaurant. Yeah, but the street food there is street food everywhere. The balot and
okay.
all that stuff.
Barbecue.
Mga barbecue, mga isaw, mga ganun. A long time ago, EDSA ended at Taft.
Yeah.
The end of EDSA was Taft Avenue, and that's where it ended. Hindi pa ang ginawa nila, binutas nila yon all the way up to Ross Boulevard.
Oh, ito na lang. The Trinidad Culinary DNA. Before we go farther down. Because your dad was a mayor also for the longest time, di ba, in Pasay. What is the Trinidad Culinary DNA? Huh?
Mommy. It's mommy because
yeah, it's my mom really, because my
Okay.
mom is where I started, where I learned how to bake.
All right.
Since I was a little boy of like 5 or 6, I would watch my mom bake, and my mom would bake at least 3 to 4 times a week for birthdays ni Tito, birthday ni Lola, Christmas, and all of that. So that's where really I got hooked. I would watch my mom every day, and the dinner table was full of mga flour, sugar, eggs, and I didn't know what they were. I didn't know what the names were, but I saw the same things every day on the table. But at the end of the day, the cakes were different. And for me, that was like magic. It's like, wait a minute, yesterday you had the same things and it was
Yeah.
cheesecake. Today I saw the same things and it's Black Forest. I don't parang so that magic, that mystery was the what really got me hooked.
Okay.
You know, that she
Galing.
was creating something from nothing.
Yeah.
You know, because I would see them in the kitchen also. They'll buy a chicken and then they'll cook it. After that, it still looks like a chicken. So, diba? So for me, parang early on, baking was it. In fact, Rita's mom also is a great cook and a great baker. So
Okay.
parang it was destined for us to be together.
All right.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay.
ito secret.
Okay. Secret number 1.
When Rita and I were starting to date again palang in LA, you know, I lived alone, right? So talagang, and I ate most of my meals at work. So my fridge was really talagang walang laman. Okay. And I was tamad because obviously I would be at work all day, then I'd come home and then I'll have to cook pa my food. Di ba? So ang ginagawa ko, tatimingan ko yung bibisita ako kay Rita, dinner time. I'll go there dinner time. I'll ring the doorbell. I'll be like, hi, I was near here, ganyan. I just thought I'd drop by. And she's like, oh, come, sit down, eat. I was like, wait, okay. Paella, all right. That's like,
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay, let's start with the photos, Nance. Or
Oh, sige. Pero mamaya may secret number 2 and 3.
So, we'll start with the photo para habang ano. All right. So this is the first photo.
Wow!
that's the junior senior prom.
Sobrang
Rita,
vintage.
yung hairdo mo, ha?
Oh, di ba? Sobrang vintage.
Okay.
So literally childhood sweethearts talaga.
Absolutely.
Saan yan? Where was this?
Manila Hotel, no? Manila Hotel.
I don't know what
Okay.
year that.
80
Ano
daw.
yan? Na-holding hands mo na siya nun? Na-holding hands mo na siya nun?
Di pa.
Hindi pa.
Friends zone.
Wow!
Friend zone pa lang kami niyan.
I'm so thrilled. Okay. Ano na yan? It's dark.
This is a trip to Japan with the kids. Yeah.
Okay. Next.
Next.
Yeah.
Yan.
That's in Seattle at Pike Place Market.
That's where all the kids
Okay. With
That's
your
where all the
kids.
are already. That's where all the kids are. Yeah.
Okay.
How many kids do you have? Three?
Three.
Three, no? Three.
2 boys, 1 girl.
They're empty nesters now. What's this?
This is in Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
We went there for every New Year. One of our traditions as a family, every New Year, we take the kids somewhere new.
somewhere they have.
Somewhere they haven't been.
That's
Ah,
nice.
That's somewhere where we haven't been also. So this is New Year's in Taiwan.
Okay. Yes, I love this.
What's the story of this?
The story of this is that this was a photo shoot and for a book called Around the World in 80 Plates. I believe it was done by Unilever or something like that. And they
Okay.
needed a picture of 80 chefs, 80 plates of food. So at the back of the book, they would put a picture of our face and a short 2-line or 3-line bio or something like that. And I was looking at the pictures that they took, and it was all like, nakaganon. And it was kind of, I felt it was kind of boring. And the director was saying, we have to make this funny, we have to make this interesting and everything. So, and they gave me a whisk. They said, Chef, di ba kumakanta ka? Can you hold the whisk and pretend it's a mic? I said, yeah, no, that's so boring. And I knew a couple of people working in the kitchen at Unilever. And I said, I went to them and I said, give me 2 minutes. I went to one guy, I said, do you have chocolate? Yes. Do you have heavy cream? Yes. So I made a ganache and I put the table and the bowl of ganache right in front of the camera. And I said, okay, I'm going to stick my face in this bowl. When my head comes up, just take as many pictures as you can and we'll just go from there. And he looked at me like I was crazy. So that's the result. That's the picture that was in
So
the book.
iconic. Galing.
Okay.
So
Beautiful.
This picture was taken at the Coupe du Monde de la Pâtisserie in 2015. This is in Lyon, France, no? So the Coupe du Monde de la Pâtisserie is the World Cup of pastry. It's the Olympics of pastry. You can't get any higher than this competition. It was the first time that we ever competed. So you have to make a chocolate showpiece, a sugar showpiece. You have to make a ice sculpture, and we came in out of 24 countries. We came in. I told the boys before we started, I said, I want three things. One, we finish on time. Two, we don't drop or break any of the showpieces. And three, let's come in midway. If there's 24 countries, I don't want to come in at 24. They're going to say, well, it's because their first time, they're new here. That's why they're 24. Because parang if you come in 24, parang kang saling pusa, di ba? So at the end of this competition, we got all three done and more. We came in out of 24 countries, we came in 12. None of the showpieces broke. And we got the award for best ice sculpture.
And who was your team?
Nice. Wow, galing.
And there you go, that's all my life.
Very nice. Sino yan? Si Eddie Mesa ba yan?
Sino yun?
At saka si Sino yan? Ganda. Okay, so andyan na. Love story na. Go. Was she already in hot dogs when you met her or ano?
Okay, the hot dog story. Since so Rita and I were together that first time. Rita and I were together for maybe about 6 months, 8 months, or even less, and then we broke up. This was in high school, so the whole of fourth year we were not together. My senior year, and in college. Now at the time I was still living in Pasay, and she started singing with Hot Dog. 83,
Yeah.
around 1983, right? So.
Basta 15 years old.
Yeah, she was 15 years old. So, what I would do was I would take a tricycle from my house in Park Avenue to the Heritage Hotel. No,
It used to be
what was the name of the hotel?
not Heritage.
Not-
Nasunog yun eh.
Nasunog yun eh.
Alam ni Nancy yun, I forgot na. That hotel there where
I wasn't born yet. Hindi pa ako
The hotel was called the Regent.
Region.
It's called the Regent. It was where the Heritage is now. So I would take a tricycle to watch Rita, and I would watch all 3 sets. Right?
Back to back pa namin si Martin Rivera.
Correct. Back to
Saka
back. Sino pa?
Homer Flores. And yun, di ba?
That's right. That's right. So I would stay for all 3 sets and then go home, and they would play 3 times a week. You know, so I'd have to wait for everyone in the house to go to sleep. Tatakas ako. I'll walk down the street to Libertad. Doon ako kukuha ng tricycle. Because if I took a cab sa harap ng bahay, maingay ang taxi, di ba? Tapos kay kwento pa yan. Oh, nakita namin si Buddy nag-taxi. Very incognito ang tricycle. So,
Okay.
saka mas mura ang tricycle, no? So yun, I started visiting her at Regent.
Yeah. And then
I left for the US in 85, Christmas of 85. I left for the US. And then I had no idea that Rita was moved to the US in 86. You know, so 87, mid 88, I got a call late 87. I got a call from her brother, who was my batchmate in San Agustin. He said that they all moved to the States. They were all living in Vancouver and in Seattle. He called me and he said, "Si Rita, pare, nasa Hollywood. Tawagan mo." So I said, okay. So I got her number, and
that was it.
and our first date was Valentine's Day, 1988.
Ang sweet naman!
I mean, I told her, I remember this very well. I worked a long day because it was Valentine's Day. The restaurant was really full. I was still at Michael's. And I got home around 4 or 5 o'clock. Normally, I only work till 3, but since we were so busy, we had so much production. I said, it's Valentine's and I'm not going out. Parang how weird. So I called her and I said, what are you doing tonight? She said, nothing. So I said, you want to have dinner? Sure. So I put down the phone and I said, all right, I have a date. Where am I going to go? It's Valentine's. Every place is full.
Oh, where did you guys go?
I called up my work. I took a chance. I called the work and the owner picked up the phone. He was at the front desk. And I said, can I come in for dinner? He said, sure. So he got us a table as soon as we walked in. Yun, we've been together.
Love at first sight ba?
Kami, hindi. Actually, hindi. Friend zone na matagal. Friend zone ng matagal.
Kailan na-break yung friend zone? Kailan naging up level?
Sa States na siguro. Ay,
Yeah.
Oo, parang
In
gano'n.
the States na.
Okay. All right. Okay, sige, photos muna. Ano yan?
This is at WOFEX. This is at World Food Expo.
Okay.
So she would visit me during WOFEX and I would get her badge. Di ba kailangan may pass? Kailangan may pass ka. So if you look at the badge, it says Miss Universe. Kasi di ba, hot dog.
Kasi sa burol
Yeah.
ko, sabi ko yan
Yeah.
ang kakantahin mo.
Kakantahin mo yan mamaya.
Sa burol. Hindi, boy song yun eh.
Mamaya. Next. Ayan, okay.
Oh, that's the two buddies. Buddy Balasro would visit here, and every time he would come here, the production company would call me and say, "Can we do something with the Pastry Alliance with Buddy?" So every time, so we did. Every time he would be here on stage and stuff, we would do something with him, bring out cakes, and he would, whatever. And that's me giving him a
Your
box.
fruitcake.
No, that's a box of Eureka.
Okay.
What's that?
What's that?
Eureka. It's a dessert that I made for Park Avenue Desserts.
Yeah.
It's Rice Krispies with caramel and
Nice.
dipped in chocolate with sea salt on top. And so it's 8 gold pieces inside a box of solid gold, parang
Nice.
gold, parang
Parang
gold.
Parang ingot.
Yeah. So this is at a place called Historia. I don't know if it's still there in near Timog.
To the viewers, this is that guy there on the mic doing heavy metal.
No, we're all wearing. We all have short hair, so this is punk rock.
Punk rock. That was Buddy. So that's secret number 2. Buddy was a rock and roll star.
Yeah. So I've been together with these guys since 1983, and we released our last album in 2018.
Talaga?
What's
Yeah.
the name of the group?
The name of the band is called The Betrayed.
The
The
Betrayed.
Betray.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you play the lead.
Well, I'm the lead singer. I don't play lead. The lead player is the guy on my right.
Okay.
And a band, si Boyet, and Boyet Miguel is the lead guitarist. And then on bass is Ed Ramos, and then on drums is Manny Pagsiyo. And we've been together since '83.
What
and
did you play?
Currently, I'm sorry.
What were you playing?
What?
What
song?
did you play? Ano?
Oh no, we play all originals.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
So we're currently finishing new material for our next album.
Wow, talaga?
You're still doing that. My
Yeah.
gosh.
Ay,
Yeah.
Punk pa rin? You're still doing punk?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
This
Ay,
is
ito, hindi na punk
Next
to.
photo.
this is just a fun shot. I included this because a lot of our pictures, hindi kita yung drummer namin dahil parati nakatago. So this is one shot where we're all, this is the birthday. This is at the birthday of our guitar player who's on the far left there, holding the acoustic Nancy Boyd. It was his birthday and we all showed up. So we said picture tayo, and I'm the one there holding the ukulele.
Yeah.
And then Ed on the stand-up bass.
All right.
Funny picture.
Who he?
So this is me and Pierre Hermé.
Sino yan?
Pierre Hermé is the godfather of pastry.
Oh.
He's the most famous pastry chef in the world.
Maybe no.
In the world, no. If you go to Paris and you mention Pierre Hermé, they'll be like, whoa. So this is me giving him the same gold box, but inside is the masapan that Rita makes.
Wow.
So I was trying to explain to him what masapan was, saying that it was made of pili nuts and everything. And then he said, oh, like praline. And I was like, yeah, that's it. That's that's what it is. It's a praline. It's a caramelized pili. So he's a really nice guy. And
Okay, wait, before that, Buddy, isn't it you won an award for bread? Parang I remember something like that Rita was saying.
He's ambassador.
No, it's not
Ambassador.
an award. It's an ambassadorship. So it's called an ambassador du pan, ambassador of bread. So there were two of us. We were two ambassadors, myself and Dan Basilio was the other one. But sadly, Dan passed away this year.
Yeah.
A couple months ago. So it is our job or our responsibility to share, to teach the proper way of making bread, which is healthy and the old way of making bread. Because over the last 20, 30 years, bread making has been sort of gotten way too commercialized and too much sugar, and it's really not good for you. Wherein a lot of people, get ill from taking in too much bread because it's done because of the way and because the process and of the ingredients that are being used in today's bread. So as an ambassador du pan, it's my responsibility to.
Ang galing ah.
We're proud of you for that. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Next. Last few photos.
This one was taken in 96. I came home. No, not 96. Yeah, in 95.
Ikaw to na sa gitna. Ang galing ah.
In 95, we came home for a visit, and we did a one-night show called One Night Stand. And at the time, our singer was Domeng Gamboa. Other people know him as Papa Dom. He's the one on the right.
Oh, Papa Dom, yeah.
So Domeng's original roots really are in punk rock. So it wasn't until much later that he formed Tropical Depression and did reggae. But that's me in the middle, and then Manny behind me, and then Boyet to my right.
Nice.
Okay.
This is a picture of me and my dad. This is the last me and my dad. So this was on his birthday, and that's me cutting the cake with the knife.
How old is he now?
No, my dad passed away in 2016.
Okay.
He was 83.
He was mayor for how many years?
10. Yeah.
Since the 60s, no?
No, he was vice mayor from. He was vice mayor for like 21 years or something like that.
Okay. Let me interject. Nako, ang dami yung mga comments dito from so many. Lucky Angpo.
Isa-isahin natin.
Sige,
Isa-isahin natin.
okay.
For the last. So, Jackie Angpo.
Ni-reveal ko yung age mo, Rita.
Ano nga?
Buddy was working in Stars and I was in school next street.
Okay.
That's right. Jackie. While I was at Stars, Jackie
went to the expensive school.
Went to the expensive school. She was going to school at CCA.
Wow.
Okay.
Timothy
Timothy
Ray
Fowler.
Hi,
Azores.
Timmy.
Coupe de Monde.
Ayun na. Yeah.
Kasama sila
Kasama niya, we were all there with Jackie
Oh,
and
si
all the
Michael Alim. Hey! Good day,
Yes.
Nancy Anton and guests watching all the way from Madrid, Spain. We will
Okay.
see you, Michael, in one of the interviews coming soon.
Okay. Buddy Buddy. Sila ni
Buddy
Buddy
na
V.
si Buddy. Okay.
Okay. And of
Nice.
course,
Balastro.
Frankie.
Balastro.
Yeah, Spanky. Hello, lovebirds.
Hey, Spanks.
noodles.
And
John.
John Mendoza.
Awesome.
All right. So this is the last photo. What's this photo?
This picture was taken at a gig in B-side. It was like a reunion show. We played with the other bands of our batch, yung kasabay namin nung araw.
Mhm.
Urban Bandits played, Woods played, Philippine Violator. So it was a show called Back to the 80s. So it's a funny shot.
Ano ba yan? Wala bang overage na mga punkers? Excuse me, hello, ilan taon na yung mga punkers?
Ilan taon?
Di ba? Okay, fine. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, Nancy, anong tanong mo? May
Yeah.
tanong ka?
Well, I knew from that you're now empty nesters. And
Yes.
and I was going to say secret number 3. It's actually not a secret. Buddy and Rita are very devoted Christians, and they have a very spiritual togetherness also. Aside from being lovebirds, they're spiritually
Yes, that's
spiritually close. Maybe you can share some things about that too.
Oh,
I
go
will
ahead.
pass it over to my wife because I have to go.
Okay. Hey, before that, okay, wait, buddy. Before you
Yeah.
leave, give your viewers, your many friends, some words of inspiration.
Well, on the baking side, especially now where information is so easily, it's really,
Artificial.
well, not art. Now the information is out there, right? It's easily available. It's easily attainable. Unlike before, we're in. If nobody taught it to you firsthand, there was no way you would know about it, or you would read it. And a lot of times, even if you would read it in a cookbook, you still sort of kind of had to guess your way through making this recipe or what have you. My tip or my advice or would be to start with the basics. All too often, the upcoming cooks and or bakers, watch TV and they see all these chefs and or they just go on the internet and Google these chefs and they see these dishes and they want to do that right away. Okay, not knowing that these chefs, it took them years and years and years to get to perfect that craft. So my advice is to learn the basics first before I meet too many cooks that know how to make Parmesan foam, but they really don't know what a creme anglaise is. So for me, yun na muna. So my advice is put the fun back in fundamentals. That's my tip. Yun na.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, buddy.
Buddy. You're really
Yeah.
a buddy. Yeah. Wow!
Yeah.
Sarap! Nako, Rita.
Ayan. Si Rita na ang tatanungin natin.
Yeah. Well, to continue on, maybe, how do you manage being empty nesters now? I know that last year, your kids all were in the States.
I think we've been empty nesters for 3 years now.
Already?
Finally,
Wow.
the last kid left 2 years ago. So all the kids are in the States. And we've had to sort of rediscover each other, I think. Maybe, and because the dynamics change, when the kids leave. So we do date Sundays. You know that I always post about every Sunday we go somewhere we've never been. Buddy takes me somewhere to eat, or we've never, you know, been, things like that.
Yeah. How often do
Um,
you visit?
oh, we're about to leave. Well, pre-pandemic, about twice a year, but now it's just such a hassle to move or travel. So every Christmas we're with
Yeah.
them.
Well, you've always been on the shadow at the shadow of body, and
That's right.
as a very supportive wife. Yeah,
Yeah.
but you have your own credentials about being a baker, right? And
No,
as
not a cook.
Buddy, no, but
Baking.
Buddy himself said you come from a family of good cooks. Maybe you can tell us
Yes.
your culinary DNA.
I come from a long line of cooks. My great grandmother, my grandmother, my mom was a great cook.
From
Uh,
where? Bye,
uh,
Buddy.
we have Spanish roots. My mom really hails from her family hails from Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Wow.
yeah, my grandfather's from Barcelona. So mostly Spanish roots. Really, my dad's Filipino. My dad, I also come from a great line of cooks from my dad's side, and that my dad's family is from Mindanao.
Uh-huh. I didn't know
Grandmother,
that.
my dad's side, is also very good cook. So parang cooking is really in my DNA. Just it's just something that I've always done. It's
Okay.
just, yeah, and then but now I've rediscovered cooking all over again. So I've started my own thing now, Casa Trinidad, which sort of
Mm.
grew during the pandemic.
Where
So
is that? Yeah,
Oh, where is that? Saan mo
based here,
titikman
so
yan?
Spanky knows about it because because he's always the he's always a, what do you call it, taste tester.
ah,
Saan
Always.
banda? Saan ang Casa Trinidad?
Well, it's based here right now at home in Magallanes, and I just, things come out of my kitchen, and I also do home delivery.
Wow.
so ano
What's
to?
the
Are you
specialty? What's your specialty in
yeah.
Casa Trinidad?
Uh, Dinners. I do dinners, a variety of pastas. Every week it's a new menu. That's the thing. And then, but I also do
Wow.
a lot of salads, healthy things. Um, and then I have my specialties for Christmas, like the masapan de pili, the stuff that I've just kept it going for the family, the tradition of the masapan and
Mm-hmm.
the
Okay.
jams, and yeah.
So how do you balance baking and cooking?
Um, how do
How do you balance?
I just, I make sure I only do it 5 times a week, and I have Saturday and Sunday off, and I only do it for dinner. So
Okay.
that's it. I set my own parameters.
All right. Okay.
That's how to keep it sane and how to keep it balanced. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what about when did you start going to church? That was
Oh boy. Uh, I have to say the year was,
Oo, kailan yan?
memorize ko to eh. Nasi senior moment na ako. 2000, well, I started going to Bible study. I started doing Bible study in early 2000s, but that was just me. Um,
Okay.
I wasn't, I was trying to get Buddy in, but I think he wasn't ready. So, my group leader just told me, don't worry about him. Just keep doing, keep going, and later on he'll see the change in you, and he's gonna want the same thing. So I think it was a work in progress for Buddy for maybe another 2 or 3 years. And then eventually, he started doing it too. And then we started attending Victory in, I want to say 2006, maybe.
Mm.
Now we go to CCF.
okay. All
Yeah.
right. Very nice.
I also serve in my parish here. For me, the Lord is the Lord, so I serve here every Friday. I serve and I sing for church here on
Okay.
Friday.
You said the magic word.
What?
The sing.
Only if you sing with me, Nancy.
You sing first. You sing first. Kasi Anton, we had a
Oh.
We have a group. Ano ba?
we had a one night singing jazz with Sandra Viral. So but of course the professional one is none other than, and I would like for you to give an applause and to welcome Miss Rita of
What
the
is
hot dog. Adi yung syempre hot dog. Hello.
Ano ba kakanta?
Ano lang, isang bar lang. Come on.
Bar lang.
Oo. Nanonood ba yung yung mga kasama mo sa hotdog?
Hindi. One is en route from LA to Manila. I don't know where the rest are.
Oo, sige. Manonood yan ng replay. Okay.
Wait, maybe can you introduce hotdog muna for people watching?
Oo nga pala, hindi pala alam nila, Antonia. Hotdog. How was that formed? Who were they?
Oh
When?
boy, Hotdog was put together by Rene and Dennis Garcia in the 70s.
Okay.
And they're responsible for all the big hits, like they were movers and shakers of the Manila sound. Responsible for the hits like Bongga Kaday, Manila, Ikaw ang interest ng buhay ko. Ano pa ba? Dami. They're very prolific. So,
yeah. How did you get
ilan kayong singers? Oo, ilan kayong singers yan?
Over the years, madami. Pero ang mga staple na singers ng hotdogs talaga is si Maso Diaz, and
Hi, Maso.
Gina, nako, ano nang apelyido ni Gina ngayon? Gina Montes. Si Gina Montes. Shasha Padilla was part of Hotdog right before me. Yeah. Very briefly, and then of course she was discovered, and the rest is history.
What's your biggest hit?
Manila siguro, no?
Hot dogs? Probably Manila. Probably Bongga Kaday.
Di ba? Yun?
Ang buhay ko.
Oo.
That's another one.
Oh, yan. Yeah. What about you, yung solo mo na that became a big hit?
Wala akong solo na naging hit. Lahat ng solo ko single hindi naging hit.
Like what?
It was called Michael Jackson's Dancing Shoes. It was a single. So yung flip side nun was an English song.
Okay.
Yeah. See it on YouTube.
Can you sing one of the most popular song of the Hot Dogs?
Siguro, Panaginip.
Sige, yan.
Na-hijack
ko. Back up kita. Okay.
Kung ikaw ay isang panaginip, ayoko nang magising. Tapos. Bitin! Ha?
Sige, tuloy.
Di ako makapaniwala. Ikaw ay nasa aking piling. Di ako makapaniwala. Ako'y iyong hinahagkan. Kung ikaw ay isang panaginip, ayoko na magising. Kung ikaw ay isang panaginip, ayoko nang magising. Ayan!
Anton, hello. Dito lang sa Awesome nangyayari yan, ha?
Galing.
You still got it, Rita. You still got it.
Oh, thank you. I serve in church every Friday. That's how I practice. So,
nagka-jam kayo kayong dalawa.
Hindi.
Body. Hiwalay ang nyo.
Iba yung music niya eh. But sometimes he'll do acoustic. He wants to learn something. He'll play acoustic guitar for me. Yeah.
Okay.
For fun.
Well, that's a very, it's one of the, it's one of, diba, Anton, it's one of the nicest, most pleasant, wholesome interviews we've ever done of a couple. No, it's true,
So,
diba?
ang galing yung dalawa, no? Very creative,
At
both
saka,
in the culinary on both sides. And then, kumakanta pa.
yeah,
Grabe, ang galing, ah.
pareho.
Yeah, we both
Yeah.
have music. I guess that's why we've stayed together this long because of the commonalities.
33 years, yeah. At saka ba naman, hello, yung hello lovebirds ni Spunky, all capital letters. Hello.
Hello.
Taste tester.
Yeah. All right.
I miss you, Nancy.
We miss you also. We miss you very much. So, what's the bucket list? What's the
What's
body
for
Rita bucket list?
2022? What's
Wow.
for 2022?
I want to go back to traveling.
Yeah.
That's my bucket list, really.
Where?
Somewhere I've never been.
Like,
I know it's Israel. I know it's Israel. I want to go to Israel.
okay. Body
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that will be open by then. It's open already. Anyway, shall I ask her for the last famous for the most inspiring things that you can share now with
Yes.
fellow bakers, fellow wives, fellow empty nesters, fellow singers. That's all of who you are, Rita. And you're a good friend to so many people, and you're also a very successful chef in your own. Let's hear some inspiring words from you for all the friends here who greeted you, and for the people who will be watching this and the replay.
For me lang, whatever it is you do, you and I always tell this to my team here at home in the kitchen. Everything that you do, you just do it unto the Lord, because that's how you get your best work. That's it, really, in everything, in all aspects of your life, diba?
Yep. In
Kasi
everything we give thanks to the Lord. All right. Okay. So
Yeah.
we took over. We we extended the time because really it was very nice.
Cooking time ko na.
Oh nga,
Okay,
oo nga. And not only that, hey people, you watched an original hotdog vocalist here on Awesome.
Ang lamig pa ng boses ko, my goodness.
No,
Thank
kaya nakaya mo yung high note eh. Hindi ka nga tumayo eh. Nakaupo ka nga lang eh.
Come home for Jazz Fest, Nancy.
Yeah, we will. All right. So thank you very much, Rita.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We love
Maraming
you.
salamat.
Everyone,
Yes,
You are
and
full of love.
yes, and for those people watching, please like and share this video in our awesome planet. And to those who are fans of Park Avenue Desserts and Body and Rita Trinidad, again, maraming salamat. Live an awesome life. God bless. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Buddy, for
To the
sharing.
70-year-old punkers, mapanoorin nyo rin si Buddy kung ganyan kayo katanda. Bye, Rita.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Can you do a short